up, my dudes? How is everybody doing tonight? We are here with Danny on Direct. How you doing, Danny?
I'm doing well. I just finished up my stream and I was just super stoked to get over here. That's it. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing awesome. Yeah, I'm sorry for being late, guys. I was waiting for Jeff. He'll be here in like a little bit. But Danny and I were just talking. What is the gentleman's name?
So his name is Dexter Taylor, and I think this is his law firm representing him, but they have a whole page set up on their
His name is Dex.
Yeah, Dex.
He looks and sounds like Drex. I was listening to an interview with him, and he sounds like Drex.
It's important because this is a Second Amendment case where a Black guy is basically being convicted of engaging in gunsmithing as a hobby at his house in New York. And he wasn't able. I'm looking for where the judge says that, but I just am floored if it's true. If true,
Yeah.
huge. So allegedly, the judge said you're not allowed during the opening statements. Of his attorney's opening statements. The judge said that they were prohibited from talking about the Second Amendment because it doesn't exist in New York, allegedly. So I am looking for that statement right now. I'm not seeing it. I'm not necessarily seeing it on their website. Doesn't mean it's not true, but I do want to know what the hell happened.
Yeah, because he's facing 18 years in jail. And like, dude has no criminal record. And why are you putting him in jail?
It's so Orwellian. I think there has been a long tie between racism, specifically Black people, and having access to the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
There has been, and this is not me making shit up. This is all like declassified. You guys can go and look it up. The federal government has been trying to take away firearms from the Black people in our country for a very long time, just like they did to the Native Americans. And then what happened? What happened? Okay.
Oh, well, and
mad.
I watched an interview and he made some good points. He's like, these people that, you know, in New York that are committing these crimes and walking out of jail like even sooner the next day, like just a few hours later. There he is. What's up, Jeff?
Hello.
How you doing?
I just got Danny's message, but she's here.
I'm here.
Did you hear about this case out of New York, Jeff?
Which case out of New York?
The gunsmithing, the gunsmithing case where dude.
Oh yes.
Did the judge did say like he wasn't allowed to argue the Second Amendment in her courtroom?
Yeah.
Really? I need to see this.
It's an inartful way of she said the Second Amendment doesn't exist in this courtroom. Because it's not a it's her way of saying it's not a Second Amendment case. It's not about possessing firearms. It's about manufacturing them. You have the right to bear arms. Yeah, but he's not a licensed gunsmith.
But who the fuck cares?
The government.
I didn't mean to get us demonetized so early on.
No.
I apologize. But like, who cares? Because where do you draw that line, Jeff, between maintaining your weapon, maintaining your firearm, right?
He wasn't
going through regular checks. Like, let's say that I was to loosen the spring on my handgun. Is that gunsmithing? Do I need a license to do that? Let's say I'm making alterations to my handgun. Let's say I'm engraving my handgun. Do I need a license for that? Where do you draw the line between like basic hobbyist taking care of your firearm and maintenance and gunsmithing versus manufacturing? Manufacturing is a clear distinction between manufacturing and gunsmithing.
And apparently that's what he was doing. Apparently that's what he was building weapons as a hobby. He was creating them from scratch as a hobby.
Was he selling them?
So cool though.
Was he selling them?
I don't know.
No.
I have no idea.
Huh.
No, he was not selling them.
I don't think he got that far.
Yeah. Oh, wait, there it is. Island with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat for Danny's swear jar. Do you have a swear jar?
Thank you, Island. I need a swear jar.
She does now.
I have one now, apparently.
So, have you guys ever seen and like heard about what? Jeff.
No, I'm just pointing at the boobs.
Yeah, I know. Do you guys
I'm well placed.
Do you guys like the I did the AI picture and
That is so fun.
This one is my favorite though. I don't know. It kept giving me a beard. I'm not sure why.
Because you want one.
But I wanted it. So I want a beard so bad, and I was like,
should have done that.
I'm like, that would look so.
You look Amish. Don't do that.
Aww.
But I loved it. It was so fun. I'm gonna keep doing that. But
yeah, she was messaging me all the pictures.
This one also, for some reason.
Oh, I love that. Oh my god, that looks like you.
Does it?
Freakily so. Looks just like you. And I like the light orbs in the desert. Like I love this. You know what? Good job, AI. I'm not mad about that at all.
No, I was like, I feel like AI has like understood my soul by giving me like this beautiful beard and mustache.
I'm glad you don't have a beard, Flux. Just between you and me.
So cool.
Speaking of beards, Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeff.
See skin. What happened?
You're so far behind, Danny. You just don't care about me anymore.
Wait, do you not know what happened?
I don't know what happened. How dare you, Jeff?
It was the great burning of 2024.
Yeah, I caught on fire.
I'm sorry. It's not funny. What?
We're mostly healed.
Oh,
we're getting there.
You literally caught on fire, Jeff. What the fuck happened?
No, this is much better than it was.
Were you like making mock like cocktails and like you just got a little crazy with the flipping of the alcohols? What happened?
No, so something happened last Sunday with the charcoal barbecue grill at the cigar lounge. When I was cooking, I just opened it and there was like this big, like, back blast thing. It was like a big backdraft and things went whoosh and I was in the middle of it.
Oh my
God! I
God,
have no idea what happened.
So sorry.
So it wasn't like a gas thing because it was a charcoal grill. I just opened the lid and then it went flashed me. Yeah, so we got all kinds of blisters and some missing skin there. But it's much better than it was last Sunday. And it took like this side of my beard off and mustache.
I don't go, by the way, I don't go to Garby Jeeps anymore because the last one that we went to, the guy was literally wearing slippers with socks and he's carrying out the coals, right? And he's like the charcoal and he's just running back and forth charcoal. Of course he slips, it spills, hits my ankle. Luckily, I was wearing like long like heels and my husband and like I was sitting right next to the door and I just kept looking at my husband. I was on edge for the rest of the night. I took pictures of it. Like I was just floored that there's just zero safety concerns when it comes to the use of charcoal grills in Korea.
John hates just 2 gallons of lighter fluid. No, like I said, the coals were heating up and they were doing their job. But when I opened the top, it just went whoosh for some reason. So yeah, no idea.
Maybe like some fumes had built up at the top, like when they had lit it, and then it just continued to sit there and it wasn't burning off. And then when you opened it, it hit the air and it just kind of went boom.
That's about the only thing I can think of. But yeah, we're here.
Oh my God, Jeff, I'm so sorry. Did they pay for your medical stay and everything? In the
there's no medical stay. Just put ice on it, continued to smoke my cigar, and cook the rest of the burger. I had to cook. There's like 17 people there. I had to cook for the food for them, and then.
Did they pay for your meal at least? Did they comp your meal?
No, I would do that. I'm the grill master there.
Korea, man. No, listen. This pisses me off. You know what they gave me? They gave me a complimentary towel. That's what I got. Got a gift towel.
Well, this is my cigar lounge. It's the wife. The owner is the wife of my dead best friend. So we're family.
So who said it was a Yakuza assassination attempt?
Yeah, they were hiding in the coals.
Dude, that's so sketch. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry for projecting my anger for my experience onto you. It was just hearing it brought back memories and it like immediately made me panic for you. And I'm really mad still. I'm really mad. that happened to
However,
you. I'm sorry.
I now want to see what you do look like beardless. Like,
Well, this is as close as you're gonna get.
I'm like, because it made you look a lot younger already. I'm
Yeah.
like, Jeff is gonna look like he's like 20 years old when he shaves his face.
I
If
sent
he
him
ever,
that.
I
if
did
he
put
ever,
my scorched game face on Dark Lotus, not because what happened after it happened. Of course, I'm like, shit, and I saved the owner's son too because he was like behind me. I took the blast. He just got a new hairdo out of it. He got a new hairdo. So there's 17 people inside. So I had to finish cooking the burgers and dogs with my left hand, and then I'm hungry, so I got to eat. So I ate. I made and ate burgers and dogs one-handed, and then it was starting to hurt because I had to that's the good thing about doing it here. There's a giant ice cooler there. There's like a big ice machine, so it's a never-ending supply of ice. So I was putting ice in gallon Ziploc bags, and it was melting the ice really, really quick. There was a lot of heat coming off the arm, and
Oh my gosh.
and it was you take it off, and I could handle the ice pack not being on for about 10 seconds. Then I'd have to put it back on, and eventually got it up to 2 minutes. But so I have to eat, and then I have drinks because that makes the pain go away for a while. And then it was like, well, you have to smoke my cigar. And then I went, all right, I guess I better go up to the hospital.
Funny.
Yeah, that's
Flex. It's not funny.
he posted it. This is his Twitter post.
Jeff.
no. See, this is the funny thing. These are my friends. This was made while I was still cooking the burgers. They were making memes about me. That's the
And this is Ozzy. That one's cute. I like that one. That one's actually cute.
That's actually really cute.
I've got this expression on the face.
Oh, I like that. That one's kind of badass.
That's cool.
That's kind of badass.
Yeah. So I took the rest of the bottle of whiskey up to the hospital, got my burn ointment, and then drank about a quarter of a bottle of the whiskey on the way home, and then I joined Hayden's stream. Then I went to sleep. So, yeah.
Oh my. Oh, Jeff.
That was last Sunday.
I really hope you recover. I'm so sorry.
Well, see, that's when you texted me and asked how you were, and I said, well, I'm still alive. That was because of that.
I didn't know what you meant. You didn't. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. You need to update me. It's the imperative is on the non-high maintenance friend, okay? Or on the high maintenance friend, not on the non-high maintenance. I'm non-high maintenance as a friend.
Oh, if you think I'm high maintenance, you must be really low maintenance.
I'm super low maintenance as a friend, okay? Like you can ignore
You've been to my house. You and Mr. On have been to my house. And when I say whatever you do, don't go in the kitchen. That's how low maintenance I am. I don't even want people to go and see my kitchen.
But like you could just ignore me for 5 years, show up, and I'll just pick up wherever we left off. Like I don't require a lot from my friends. So if something is happening in their lives, because I assume that they don't want me to be like intrusive. So you need to let me know this stuff, Jeff. So I can go kick whatever badass juju is out there that needs its ass kicked, that is like fucking you over, because this is not cool. This is not happening again.
Well, yeah.
In the name of Lafredite.
Yeah, I would hope it doesn't happen again.
Oh.
Oh man.
So sorry, Jeff.
Yeah,
So
it was a night. All right. Yes, Fox.
So light orbs, have you guys ever heard of them?
Yep.
What do you think they are? First of all, let's just go around thinking, what do you think light orbs are? Or what do you know about them, rather?
I'll let Jeff answer first.
Oh, me? Okay. Well, orbs are my least paranormal thing in the paranormal realm. I would say that now we're just talking about like the things that are caught on video. We're not talking about like St. Elmo's fire, ball lightning, things like that. We're talking about the mysterious orbs that only seem to show up in dusty rooms for some reason.
Could be.
I would say virtually all orb videos are just dust particles or insects. The vast majority. Mm-hmm. But there are some that can't really be explained. So as to what they are, like legitimate ones, I mean, it's not a cop out. It's some sort of energy. I don't know if they're, ghosts or what. There's some sort of energy thing going on. Not
That's
Lizzo
fair.
orbs. Come on, chat. Be better. We're not talking about Lizzo's orbs. Those are called planets. They're all too real. Danny?
So here are my thoughts. Like, you know how when you push water through oil, how it creates like little bubbles, like balls of oil?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thought. I think when you move interdimensionally, if there's such thing as interdimensional beings, whenever something moves interdimensionally and it's moving through time and space, I think we sometimes see the remnant of it once in a blue moon. And it's
Ooh.
like little bubbles within our water sphere. So there's something that I think is occurring
like
that human beings may catch up on, and they
Right.
see those little like bubbles where the energy is just left over from whatever is moving through that space.
I like that.
Like, yeah, that's
makes sense.
yeah.
That was my theory forever ago. Now, I agree with Jeff though. 99.9% of them though is just dust, bugs, lens,
Passing
stuff on
cars.
lenses, passing cars. Water is a big one, like rain, condensation. Whenever you like open into an old musty room, sometimes with the temperature difference, you can get a little bit of condensation on the lens, and that will like create a little orb when you take the photo. I do think it's interesting that orbs have decreased over time. Like the appearance of orbs have decreased with the massive usage of people's cell phones. And the other one that interests me is lens flares where there shouldn't be lens flare. So like someone sitting, I think it was it the Sixth Sense where they have that and people notice the lens flare next to the little boy, and in every photo there's like a light next to him. What is interesting about that is that that's still occurring even with the lighting in a way it shouldn't, and with digital cameras on people's phones. That to me is fascinating. And that's what makes me think the lens flare bit may be spiritual beings and maybe ghosts. And here's the really creepy thing. It's not just lens flares and orbs that get picked up. Freaking Tesla cars are picking up ghosts in cemeteries. Have you guys seen this?
No, what?
Yeah. So Tesla cars have this ability to like scan its surroundings.
Oh, yeah.
For people, right? And so it identifies people who may be near the vehicle, and you can turn on this feature that allows you to see people or objects at night so that you don't hit it, and the car will identify what it is. Here's what's trippy. There is a video circulating on the internet of this group of friends driving through a cemetery at night, and the car is automatically identifying the presence of human beings where there aren't any.
Is that? Hold on, I found it. Is this? What? This is terrifying. Let me know if this
Whoa,
is the
what just
right
happened?
video. Let me make sure it sounds okay. Is it?
This might be it. Hold on, wait till it goes to the screen.
Yeah, this is it.
Also, I have no idea what just happened to my camera. No, it's not this one. There's another one.
This is the one I've seen.
Oh, okay. There's another one where they're driving and they just sort of appear and then will disappear. And I think that's trippy.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's weird.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the other one for you.
Yeah, because this is like, I want them to zoom out so that I can.
What the?
Oh wait, that sounds like it.
Oh no!
No, that's not it.
Oh my god! There are so many people showing up on the screen. I swear to God.
Here's the one that I saw that blew my mind.
Where is my
this one? If you share, how do I share? How do I present? There we go. Present. Let me share the screen. you guys can see everything because I don't know how to expand these smaller ones. Also, my camera just went out completely unexplained. I have no idea what the hell is
It happened.
It's the unexplained. Weird stuff happens for no
You guys saw
reason.
that, right? Like my camera like wigged out, the screen dropped, and I'm gone. So hopefully I'm not dead.
Come back.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay, so you guys can see down below where it has like the subscribe button. Down below is where the feature is, and then up top is what the driver is seeing.
Oh, I have seen this one too. Yeah.
This one to me is a little less explained than the other feature because this one just identifies that someone is there. It doesn't have like the walking people. It will just pop up on screen for a split second and say, "Oh no, that's not the one." Yeah, that is the one. See how it like appears for a second and then disappears?
Mm-hmm.
And these people are like freaking out. And here's another angle of it. This is the one I saw. Do you see the people appearing in like the corner of the screen and then disappearing? Where the lights are? That to me is different than the other one because maybe the other one can be explained by some kind of like programming fluke. You know what I mean? Like maybe the program is filling in the blanks. The other one, I don't know how you explain that, where it's just sensing people appearing and disappearing.
It's cool though.
It's terrifying. Is it like, because it made me think like, okay, well, it like, is it picking up like the shape, like somehow getting the bodies from underground and like putting a person there? But I'm like, no, because if it's like a heat thing, then it's not going to pick up any.
Yeah, they're room temperature.
Yeah. It's not going to pick up any. Like, that is terrifying. Really quick, we have a $20 super chat from the future Mrs. Martin. Thank you so much for that $20 super chat. Might miss Minecraft morning. Have fun building things. Thank you so much. I'm excited. We're continuing to build the Let's Go branding key bridge. So that's being worked on. And then Moles 10 versus Turtles, we got, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I saw a black orb that was trying to form into a human over my best friend when I was 16. No drugs or drinks involved. Oh, well, that's terrifying. That's that's a big nope from me. Billy Aoki with the $2.90. I can't remember what the SGD is.
Singapore dollars.
Thank you so much, Billy. Paying money to request Danny increase her volume. Danny, can you increase your volume a touch? How is it? I think it's, did she, oh, she just completely left now. John Gordon with a $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Is it cutting in and out for you?
No, I'm not even pressing the button. It's muting me like on my side.
You got a ghost in your computer and it doesn't like that we're talking about its friends.
Yeah.
Maybe Chad and Tammy Daybell were right and devices can get possessed. Okay, let me try and refresh. I don't know what's going on. I'll disappear for a moment.
Oh, Cindy Miles says she loves Danny on Direct and me, and this is her first time seeing Flux. We love Flux.
Oh, well, hello. I'm happy to have you here. Hold on. Wait, where'd it go?
Ghost.
Where did it go? I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for the chat so I could pull it up.
It's a little bit of Cindy Miles. It's about 10 up.
Oh, there we go.
Right in, there you go.
What's up, Cindy? Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And then John Gordon with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you so much. I'd be like, drive, motherfucker. I would be like, don't you take your foot off the gas at all. I do have a couple videos to play that I think would be, it's a good argument for Orbs. Where did it go? I had it just here. Oh, there it is. Okay. So this gentleman, I like this dude. He's funny as hell. Oh, and Danny's back.
Hey, welcome back, Danny.
we are
Oh, no,
just
what?
about to play the video of the first orb.
We're gonna play with
This
Flux's
dude.
orbs.
Giggity.
Yeah.
Whoa! What is this?
Pastor Monzel Ford says as he was sleeping one night last week, his home surveillance camera motion detector
Oh, let me
kept
take.
going off. So from bed, he pulled out his phone and looked at the living room.
This orb, this imagery just hovering in my living room.
No one else was there. It wasn't a flashlight or passing headlights. And Pastor Ford thinks it was too big to be a dust particle. He walked into the living room watching the live feed on his phone.
But when I went out there, I couldn't physically see what I'm looking at in the live feed. So now I'm like, whoa.
The orb came and went for hours. At one
Now, see, this is an
splitting
interesting
into
thing.
several.
Is like, you know, I've watched this a few times since you sent it yesterday. Is it a passing car? But it's not. If it was, if it was a reflection off of something, it would change shape as it moved.
Yeah.
And if it was like a lens flare, there's still nothing moving around the camera that would cause a lens flare. And it's not changing shape as it goes around corners or on ceilings. I don't know what it is.
But even if it was a spider web, it would change shape as the light reflected off of it, right?
Well, go back because it kind of does. So go back.
I thought it
wasn't
did
thinking
too.
Spiderweb until I saw that. So press play. No, not that far back. Just like for the last like 2 seconds. Yeah, right here. Yep, right here.
Oh,
The orb came and went for
This
hours.
looks like a
At one
spider
point,
web. Yes,
But
I
it-
can.
splitting into
but it's-
several
And then you see
shapes.
it, the lights
that's when I'm like, nope,
diverge.
nope. Something's going on here. Something's going on here.
But
Pastor
it's not.
Ford
Nothing's
has been
moving
haunted
that would
by
cause
some
it
of
to
the
move,
things he
though. That's the
stores.
weird
At
part.
one point,
Yeah,
split-
like
the
what
orb
would
came and went for hours. At one point, splitting into several shapes.
That's when I'm like, nope. Something's going on here. Something's going on here.
Pastor Ford has been haunted by some of the things he's seen as police chaplain and while working his own street ministry. But nothing has spooked him quite like this.
If it's physical, I can stand it. I can challenge it. I can approach it. I can
See-
deal with it. But when we talk about things that's just floating and disappearing,
This man of faith says the odd occurrence has certainly led to a lot of spirited debate. But so far, he has no certain explanation.
if I know what something is, I'm okay. But it's the unknown thing that throws me off.
We asked Pastor Ford if he and his family are comfortable staying in their house with all this going on. He said
This was
they're
during
certainly not about to give up
the
their house.
vid times,
However,
by the way.
they're more than willing to
Yeah.
give up
This
the
is-
ghost.
what
This was
gave it
3 years ago.
In
away?
Volusia County, Claremont West.
Well, I just didn't want people to think she's still
First
wearing
of
a
all,
mask.
But it's like with stuff like that, it doesn't. There's nothing moving around it, like you said. Like what? And
I mean, it could be a spider web with like just like the ambient air motions moving. You're the ambient air motions are kind of moving it around. It could be.
Well, what if it's
then-
also, I mentioned condensation before. It looks like where is he in Texas?
Florida.
Okay, so he's in Florida and he has a Ring camera, and the Ring camera has a lens on the outside that protects the inner lens. And I wonder if some condensation got in on that outer lens. And as it's like
But-
dripping and like all of the condensation is appearing on the lens, that's what's creating the light dispersal.
Possibly. I got another one here. Oh, that was the wrong button.
Yeah.
That was here we go. Cause like that one was weird. That's all there was to that one. And like it's
Hold
not
on, go back. Go back.
Make it full screen.
make it bigger.
I'm big in it.
Like it's that
Huh.
hook at the end. Like when they get off and then they hook like hard.
The parallel aspect of it too is interesting.
A strange
Yeah. It's so weird. There's one that I did want to show you because this is an actual trail cam and there are several dust particles. So it's really interesting to see the dust particles and then clearly these other orbs that are not
Dust particles.
yeah, clearly not dust particles. Where did it go?
I'm intrigued.
Mm-hmm. Wait, where
Well,
did it go?
those are the good ones where you can see clear and clearly dust particles and something that's clearly not a dust particle.
Mm-hmm. And it's here we go. So this here you can see a lot of dust particles flying around and then clearly like not. Because you see it's windy, everything's moving, and then like these guys hanging out here.
Girl, you know what I'm going to say about this.
That's a spider web.
That's a spider web. That one definitely is a spider web. And the other ones, to me, they look
That's
like
a spider web?
100%.
Yeah, because that's totally a spider web.
That's a spider web. It's floating around the camera.
And you can like see, you can still see like the part that's not being reflected coming out of the top. That's a spider web.
And I don't think those are dust. I don't think that's dust. I think those are mosquitoes or moths. Not mosquitoes, moths. I hate moths. God, I hate moths.
Moths aren't as bad as cicada though.
Cicada are loud and annoying, but moths aim for your eyes.
I don't like any flying bug, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't either. If it's got more legs than a dog, I don't like it. If it flies, I like it even less.
But what do you think? Oh, okay. Here's a good one too. This one. Ooh, that's loud.
My furious typing is loud.
No. The video started playing, and I was like, "Oh, that was a lot louder than it needed to be." Let's go. He kind of just talks about what he sees on his trail cam, but how it's and this because this is clearly not a spider web or dust.
Yeah, that's a light.
Footage of a dozen clips occurs between 5:27 p.m. and 5:52 p.m. on January 13th. The camera is triggered each time by white-footed mice. The most likely explanation is that it is some type of backscattering, which is the illumination of airborne or floating particles, such as dust. But this orb seems more solid, and it changes size, assuming it is the same one. And sometimes it remains motionless, while at other times it moves about as if under its own volition. Here is the continuation of the clips in chronological order.
Hi, mouse. Aw, cute little mouse.
Cute little field mice.
Those little glowing eyes.
Little demon spawn.
It'd be funny if you and suddenly the mouse disappeared.
Right?
Or going to pet it. Cute.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, no, it's the same one. It's hopping around.
And the dot's just like, I'm coming for you.
Maybe the orb is its buddy who just got killed by a snake yesterday. It's like, get out of here. This isn't a safe place. Run.
Right?
It's the spirit of its long lost friend. Get out of here. Seek shelter.
Because the mice don't seem to be reacting to it at all.
I'm not thinking spider web for this one.
Clip captured of the mysterious orb, and you can see that it actually goes bonkers.
Bonkers. Now, if it was making the music, that'd be even weirder.
The next time the camera was triggered was by a white-footed mouse at 6:37 p.m. And subsequently thereafter was triggered throughout the night by more mice
Oh, look at them.
and
They're
an
having
opossum,
fun.
with no orb making an appearance.
I love
Thanks for
possums.
watching, and let me know what you think.
We need more possums in the world.
I agree with that. But so yeah, that one got me a bit because I'm like, it's a trail cam. What could make that type of lens flare?
At night.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Like-
know. And I didn't see any wind, so it's not like let's assume there is dew or something on the lens. Why would it then be moving around? It's not like there's any vibration to like make it dance around the lens like that.
Yeah. And if it's due, like it can't go back up. I could see it if it was just going in a downward motion, but going like back up and
Well, I guess if the
defying the
light,
laws of gravity.
so that's where it's different than the other one, the first one you showed with the pastor, because if you look at that one, the light sort of dissipates for a moment or it splits and then it appears again, which to me, if there's condensation and the light is hitting the lens at a certain angle, it's only going to show, it's going to look like it's going up and down, like appearing down here and then appearing up here as the water droplets come down the lens and the light is hitting it at a certain angle. What's interesting here is it's uninterrupted and wiggling around and not really changing shape either. I don't know. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation. I'm just curious.
I have always kind of been in the like dust particle camp. However, seeing some of them like this, or like have you ever heard, I think they're somewhere in the Virginia mountains. There are like orbs of light that are seen shooting up from like
Oh, cool.
the bottom of the mountains.
Swamp gas.
See, and that is it swamp gas? How does it
guarantee
ignite?
It's methane. Like my guess is something ignites it and it just goes poof.
But what?
Or I don't
Barbecue
know.
grills,
I
something
look
like
a scientist. I'm just saying that I have seen gas like billow up from swamps, okay, come out of the water, and it leaves this like very eerie. Now it's not like it's not super bright. It's not like flashing, but I've also heard swamp gas described as something that's flashing, although I've never experienced that. So I don't know, but it does sound like a swamp gas experience. And I'm not, guys, I know I'm glowing, but I'm not glowy. Okay. I'm not trying to like discredit it. I just think that one's, hold on. Let me see if I can, I know there's videos of swamp gas. Let me show you.
And
You guys keep talking.
there's been like, I've seen people talk about how they're like, people have spotted orbs around Skinwalker Ranch as well. And I'm like, okay, what isn't seen around Skinwalker Ranch? But to be honest.
So Skinwalker Ranch is actually near like a swamp. Like there's
But
a
that's
lake
what I'm
nearby.
saying.
And like little creeks and rivers that like pull into each other and it's kind of in a basin. So that one to me doesn't surprise me all that much. But also Skinwalker Ranch is named after like skinwalkers. So it could be those. I don't know.
And Island, thank you so much with a gifted 5 memberships. Guys, you know what that means? You didn't even get a choice. You are now my member by force. Everybody, thank Island so much for that. Don't you like that? Yeah, they didn't even get a choice. They are now Mocha Dicks by force. Thank you so much, Island. And guys, if you got one of those gifted memberships, go ahead and thank Island for how awesome she is.
Island is awesome.
Island is awesome. She's awesome across the board.
Did you guys see that the video that's been circulating around Twitter the past couple of days with like the cat with the camera on it that was chasing the other cat around the town?
What?
That was like totally cool. I was looking for it and I can't find it. But yeah, this cat was like got in a fight with another cat. I mean, they were just chasing it around under cars and around buildings and through grass. It was just like it was like this dog fight and in the grass, and then the other cat caught up to it and they had a bit of a tussle and the other cat takes off. And now suddenly there's like a bunch of fur hanging out of the cat's mouth with the camera and it just goes on this chase again. I was looking for it, but I can't find it.
That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I love a good cat chase.
Can't find it though.
Oh, that is so sad.
Orbs.
Yeah, I've always been kind of looking at them. It could be. I like the balls of energy. The balls of energy
That's what I call them too. Anyway,
balls.
Goodness
energy.
gracious, great balls of fire type
Energy.
energy. Okay.
But like, and it's not just like these type of things, but like, when we're talking about like UFOs too, they're always like orbs, like like circular lights in the skies or whatever. So I think it's funny that like, be it aliens or like, there's orbs are just a common theme in supernatural stuff, which is weird. Thoughts? No.
No, it's listening to you talk.
It's just weird because it's like, what is so significant about the spheres?
So this is a allegedly haunted place in India, and these are
Oh.
ghost lights from India. And this to me is what I've witnessed with swamp gas, specifically the green orb light. So
Ooh.
hold on, I'll show you. So these are allegedly, not this one, but like some of these obviously photoshopped, but this one is the one I've witnessed before. See that green kind of light pop up?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's methane. Here's one of the orbs. The green ones I know are from like actual India. Like those are the ones that I've seen recorded
That's
before.
cool.
So I don't know. I don't know. I've witnessed it. I like in person. I don't know why it turns green either. Probably some kind of weird chemical that's coming off of the swamp that ignites.
I would imagine.
And causes like an ignition. I'm just saying it is bizarre. Like I'm not going to pretend like it's not bizarre and it's not weird to see and it doesn't surprise me. Like here's another one. Here's a mysterious swamp light. I'll show you. Like it happens near swamps, bogs, etc., which makes me think swamp gas.
The swamp
can't-
light.
I'm not a scientist. I can't confirm it's swamp gas, but here, if you look here, like this was captured obviously. Like what is that?
Is that just a burning?
I don't know. It's like right there. I don't know what that is. It looks like it's burning, right? It looks like a flame on like really bad camera.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's weird because it's like we've talked about missing 411 before, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, and one of the criteria for it being a 411 case is it being in a swamp. So what about swamps are like, do we think they're supernatural portals? Is there something about a swamp that's just like a dimensional because like, I don't know, just the ground soft or something?
Well, I mean, in the bayou at least, like whole forests disappear because of sinks underneath, like what is that called? Where the land hole. There's a hole under. What is that called?
A sinkhole.
Sinkhole. Thank you. Yeah. So sinkholes will open up and swallow like giant portions of the swamp and of the bayou. And it is something to behold. And we can't explain it. Wasn't it the Celts too who sacrificed like their sacrifices in bogs?
Yep.
Or wasn't that a theory of the bog man? Was that he was a religious sacrifice?
Yeah, they've been doing. They're just preserved for thousands of years because they just get down there in the protective mud and things. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
really quick, I missed this super chat from like a while ago. I'm so sorry, Tammy. Tammy says, forgive me. It's been too long since my last super chat. It's okay. I'm so sorry. I missed your $2 super chat. And then thank you so much for your other $2 super chat saying you missed my super chat.
Now you've caught on to how she works. Now she got $4 out of you. She got a
I'm
twofer.
so sorry, and thank you so much for the gifted membership, Tammy. You are just raining it on me tonight, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then Island with the $2. The Ozarks have the Hornet spook lights.
Yes.
Since-
Okay, so I'm not
what is
crazy. I thought I
spook
remembered
light?
some mention of this. Yeah. I
What is
remember
a
some
spook?
mention of this when I lived in the Ozarks. Hold on. Ozarks.
While she's doing that, bring up my video here. We had an unexplained thing on my stream earlier today with Sean. Someone just
Ooh.
pointed this out. I didn't notice it. Who pointed it out? So someone in chat pointed this out, and I went back and checked, and it's kind of interesting. Don't have any idea what it is. Sorry, whoever said it. I'm sorry. I'm just scrolling back to see who it was, and I can't see. But you know who you are. This wasn't me noticing. Oh, it was Dark Fox 2000. Watch over here. You can't see where over here is, can you?
No, oh, there we go.
Over here in this area. I guess I have to push play over here, not over here. I have it slowed down.
What was that?
No idea.
Do it again.
Should be coming here just about now. That's it.
Where was
Never
it?
to be.
Hold on. I missed it. Hold on. Back up just
It's right down here in the bottom left corner. Bottom right corner, sorry.
Go back. Play it one more time. One more time.
It's like a disembodied dog tail or something.
Zoom in hands. Oh. It's like a little
But there's
bunny.
no dog. It's just, what is it?
Like, that is the cutest. If that is a spirit, I want that to be my spirit. That is cute AF. What was that? That was cute.
Does
I want answers.
It's an orb.
A black tail with a white tip could be.
But it was jumping
But that
around.
that was weird.
I think it's the ghost of Jeff's beard.
Oh, man.
While we're talking about orbs, have either of you heard of rods?
I still don't understand.
But I don't know what you're in context. I don't know what kind of rods we're discussing. Are we
the
talking
paranormal
about
rods?
Eyeballs? Okay, paranormal rods. Okay, I'm with you.
Well, you never finished what the spook light was.
Oh, so the spook, like if you drive along like Highway 66, okay, in like southern Missouri, like think like Joplin, Missouri. You know,
Okay.
going to Missouri, Joplin, Missouri. Okay, so from that stretch, going into like Oklahoma, Kansas, or Oklahoma, there appears these little orbs and lights that just magically kind of appear as you're driving. So let me show you. And lots of people have accused it of being a tourist trap, but there's so much evidence. And like, I haven't seen it. Where I saw my swamp gas was in other states, but I heard about it when I lived in Branson. Hold on. I can't help my accent from coming. I heard about it. Heard. All right, here we go. So here's an example. You see that little light?
Oh.
Yeah. They're just like these little light orbs that appear.
That weird red circle.
And like, here's another one. Like, it's
sorry.
So like, apparently it's a common thing. Like, and I remember hearing about it. Like I said, I heard about it when I lived out there. It's a common. It's not even like a folk thing because there's so many sightings. You know, like it's not like an urban legend. It's a folk thing, but it's not like an urban legend. So what, Jeff? Why are we laughing, Jeff?
Because of David Nelson in chat. So we're talking about paranormal rods and balls of power, are we?
We're 3 seconds from loin fire. Someone's gonna put loin fire down in the chat. Don't you do it. We don't need to talk about holy storms and whatnot.
Paranormal rods and balls of power. I like Steve Gosney's next book.
You're giving the book too much credit. That's too
Okay.
much. Steph.
Rods.
Loin fire.
And couch blessings.
Oh, good Lord. All right. What are these rods
Right.
of power?
See, these,
Yeah,
these
tell us
kind of,
about the rods.
yeah.
The
Let me
iron
tell you
rods of
about my
power.
rod of power here and the balls of no, they're paranormal. It's a paranormal rod. The balls are the power of the balls. Anyway, let me just share the screen. This is a kind of an older phenomenon that hasn't been seen for a while. At least I don't think it's a thing anymore because it was sharing screen. Rods are weird. They're like sometimes they call them skyfish.
Oh.
Oh, that's why it's not coming up because that's on a different browser. That's on.
Skyfish.
Let me put it in the right browser. Here we go. And let me push pause and then bring it on up over here. Me, technical man. Okay. I think this is it. Is this it? That not it. Okay. Now that I brought it up, where did I put the actual other screen that controls this screen? I've got too many windows open. All right. There we go.
Oh, there it is.
And boom. There. Let me close all unneeded windows. Otherwise, we'll have a boomer moment here. All right, don't need that. Don't need that. There we go.
Oh my God.
These are aerial rods, or skyfish, they're sometimes called. We need spooky music.
Ooh.
All right, we don't need dramatic music. This is one of the first rod videos that was out there.
Nope, that seems like a lot of nope for me.
The cave of swallows.
Nope.
Wait,
I guess that's.
do it again.
No, we didn't see him yet. I was just going to make fun of Cave of Swallows. So we got paranormal rods, balls of power in the Cave of Swallows.
Okay, now I can say it. My dyslexia had me reading the top of that wrong. No, read air oral extreme.
Oh dear.
Now
All right.
Swallow Cave. You guys are making it worse. Damn it.
The Cave of Swallows. I think that was one of my ex-girlfriend's nicknames. Anyway.
Rods and shaft of power.
Right.
At least it's not the shaft of swallows.
No.
Okay, unknowingly group.
Swallows with rods.
Oh, they're actually classifying them as creatures, huh?
Oh, that looks terrifying.
Nope. Yep.
That's a big nope for me. Nope.
No, yep. Nope.
Yep. You deserve death. I'm sorry. Base jumping, immediately stupid. It's a bug. It's a freaking dragonfly.
It looks like one of those paper airplanes you throw.
No, they spiral.
Those flying lizards.
They spiral when they fly. That's the cool thing. They spiral.
Oh, weird.
Leaping lizards.
That's weird.
Or a jumping snake.
See, they got like spirally wings on them. These like spiral around.
Huh. I stand by dragonfly.
They're like. But a dragonfly only has 2 wings.
No, not like a dragonfly. What are they called? They have them here in Korea. I don't know if they have them wherever the Swallow Cave is. They look like dragonflies. What are they called? But they have like kind of butterfly wings. But I'm going with dragonflies.
See, they got like that spiral pattern to them. That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
see it. Look, you can
because
tell
the
by the
wings go like this. Because the wings go like this. So if you're getting a cross section of the wing, right, and you're only getting the wings don't go like this on a dragonfly. They go like this. Okay.
oh.
So if you're only getting a cross section
Yeah,
of
but
their
it's
wing
it's
pattern,
the
over the
twisty,
course-
spirally action though.
yeah, and you're only getting really small frames, right? And the pixels aren't small enough to pick it up, so it would look like this. It would look like a wave. I'm standing by Dragonfly.
I'm gonna stand by flying worm.
Flying worm.
Yep. I'm
Okay.
gonna
Just
say
standing by the rods. The rods of power.
Hold to the
that's
rod.
weird. Are they only spotted in that area, or is it
No, it elsewhere's too. Yeah, that was one of the earliest rod videos.
interesting? That's that's weird.
Jill says, "Not the rod I was thinking." Yeah. Well, it was near the cave of swallows, so I can see how you'd make the mistake.
Oh, that's
Flux just doesn't like any rods.
crazy old fart with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I've seen that pattern before. It's a bird or a bug. It's a combination of the wing beat and the frame rate of the camera. It's been debunked before.
Yeah, we're not debunking things here. We're just talking about them.
If it were some prehistoric, undiscovered, unknown thing, it would make sense that it would be at the base or the mouth of a cave, because things are in caves that are unexplored a lot of times.
Caves are cool.
Caves are terrifying.
Until you die in them.
Really?
Or you meet
What?
things you're not supposed to meet in caves.
Mm-hmm. Caves are just terrifying. Like, don't go in cave. Why would you go in a cave? You don't need to go in a cave. Nobody needs to go in a cave. Why would you go in a cave?
Well, as long as it's a big cave, those caves are cool. But I don't get the people that like squish and squeeze and try to get through play. And Utah has one of the famous former caves.
Nutty Putty.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, we
It's
talked about
now
that.
a graveyard. It's
Yeah.
now a graveyard.
That dude, man.
Yeah.
That dude. Nope.
Yeah.
Why would I don't understand what the point of, like, yeah, squishing yourself into a space like that. Like, to see more dark crevices? Like,
Tom Colby asks, have you heard about Mel's hole?
I'm
No, that's the
probably
thing.
not the same Mel, but
No, that I remember listening to the original Art Bell show when Mel called in to talk about his hole. It's essentially a bottomless hole.
oh, I was gonna, that's the one where you can just there's no end. It's just a literal
Yeah, and like
hole
people have
to
been
the
throwing
center.
shit down the hole for like a billion years and it's not getting full.
Show me. I want to see this. What
This-
is it called?
Wait, no. Is that the one that has like the demon noises coming out of
No,
it?
that's in Russia.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the cool one. When
Yeah.
I don't know, Danny, you're familiar that they were drilling like this 3,000 foot hole in Russia, and they dropped a camera, they dropped a microphone down, and they were like picking up screaming and voices and things.
You know what I'm going to say to that, right?
What?
So I have two theories for that. Either wind, the sound of air around the microphone as it's going into the earth, and there's little pressure changes. Two, you know how they like discover oil a lot of times, right? They use ground penetrating sonar. So like the sound goes in, but like another way of doing it is to take a rod, stick it into the earth, and then have it vibrate at a certain frequency and then measure what the frequency hits. So it's basically like sonar, but you're using like a tuning fork essentially to do that. And they found that it can cause the items to vibrate too under the earth. So there's been a ton of argument about whether or not Tesla's little earthquake machine and the use of frequencies have been used to create earthquakes around the world.
Of course they have.
Yeah, and the technology is very similar, right?
Yeah.
Like
Danny's doing the unexplained wrong. We're gonna have to stop inviting her. We're not debunking everything. We're talking about them. We're exploring them. We're just having fun. We're not debunking everything.
You found the one thing I'm skeptical of, okay? I'm skeptical of sounds and holes, apparently. Who knew?
No, see, we're just sitting here like, we're like, oh, look, there's orbs, spider web. Oh, there's a swamp gas. You're doing the unexplained wrong. We know what it looks like.
I'm sorry.
We're having fun.
I came into it strong with like interdimensional beings, and when they travel through time and space, creating little orbs.
I think it's good though that we all have our things that we're skeptical of. Like I'm skeptical of aliens. I think it's just,
they totally exist and they're totally here and they're my like literal death nightmare fear in the whole world because they will come and destroy us because otherwise there is no reason to have freaking aliens coming and visiting us.
But they're not aliens. I think they're angels. I think they're just go
Russians
for it.
In Siberia digging a deep hole. And this has nothing to do with that. That's not really
I want to hear it.
The sound's off.
Oh, there we go. If the sounds are not
and the scientists
Russian,
lowered some equipment to see what was down there.
Voices, I'm going to be pissed off.
An extremely heat-tolerant microphone. 1,100 degrees centigrade, about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
What was that?
Well, because we're here, we're like, maybe if we listen to ghost stories from other countries, we might.
I didn't hear what Danny said. What'd you say?
Why don't we hear more disembodied voices on recorders in other languages?
Because they all died here in the States.
Because have you looked for them? Have you searched for videos?
I have. I don't see a lot of like Mandarin disembodied voices or Tagalog disembodied voices. That's all I'm saying.
But the real shocker was the disturbing sound that was recorded. They only got about 17 seconds of audio before the microphone melted, but it was 17 horrifying seconds of the screams of the damned. The screams of the hell.
That's terrifying.
At the bottom of the deepest borehole on Earth.
That's terrifying.
Spooky.
Island with a $10 super chat next time on Danny Explains It All.
Exactly. Anything else you'd like to add about the voices of the damned, Clarissa?
What did you think about the voices of the damned in the bottom of the hellhole?
My opinion hasn't changed. My opinion actually is now that that's a clip from a movie or a soundstage that they put in to that clip. Because I've heard that before. I've heard it before, and I was like, ooh, like you guys have to know, I freaking chupacabra the shit out of myself all the time. Like I scare the shit out of myself all the time. Okay? So when I find stuff that doesn't scare me, that's what makes me very, very skeptical. Like that's when I know, okay, there might be.
This is the unexplained, not the scary.
But unexplained things are scary to me.
Yeah.
Unexplained things scare the shit out of me all the time. Like aliens, they're real. I know they're real. They're unexplained, and they scare me.
See, and like I said, this is where we differ, and this is where I have my skepticism because I don't think I don't think space aliens exist. I
Why?
think because I think they're just angels and demons. And I think people I think people misattribute because they don't believe in the spiritual world and they don't believe in the angels and demons, they say, oh, aliens, because it's a way to explain something that they can't explain in any other type of world because they don't believe in the spiritual one.
Or maybe it was spiritual people or ancestors trying to explain what they were seeing in terms that they understood, calling them angels and demons, when in reality they were extraterrestrial beings that were like multidimensional and going back to our ancestors to warn them about like the future and telling them to destroy their own technology that they had already developed because they were afraid about like the consequences if like such an undeveloped or uncultured society were to go into outer space or like engage in portal travel and that sort of thing. I think it would have scared them enough to come in and advise our ancestors to go back.
So when you say interdimensional beings, you don't think like space aliens?
No, they're space aliens, but they travel interdimensionally. They would have to in order to travel that quickly.
Okay.
So like they teleport from time and space point A to time and space point B on a different plane, on another dimension.
Okay. I can see that.
I don't think all space aliens do that. I don't think all space aliens are interdimensional. I think that a lot of space aliens are like us, where they've gone through developmental phases over millions and millions and millions of years. But you would have to, like, if I were to reach them or they were to reach me, I would be going back in time, right? Because the light is further from me. So I have to go back in time to meet them. So by virtue of traveling to see aliens or aliens coming to visit us, wouldn't they be traveling through time? So wouldn't that make them time travelers and space travelers? Doesn't that scare you? That scares the shit out of me. And in Mormonism, there's a belief that in the layers of heaven, like you can go, because there's different levels to heaven, right? There's a belief that people from lower levels of heaven can't go to the higher realms, but people in the higher realms can go to the lower realms. Similarly, people from the past can't go into the future of space and time. Or wait, no. Yeah, they can't go into the future of space and time. I think that there's some kind of physics law that prevents them from doing that. But people from the future can definitely go back in time. So aliens that are visiting us can visit us, but we can't necessarily visit them.
So are they aliens or are they just humans from a different, more advanced time?
No, they're aliens. They're totally alien to us. They're not terrestrial. They're extraterrestrial. They've developed in their own way, their own intelligence, their own form of intelligence that we may not recognize fully. So like, for example, it's not until recently that like people are starting to concede that fungus have a collective form of intelligence that is separate than an individual form of intelligence, which is what we recognize and we tend to measure. But fungi, collectively as a group, have a collective intelligence where each one acting in their own capacity is adding to the information and like the charge and the ability of the group to function and the decision making of the group.
So like a hive mind? Kind of,
yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. I want to know who's visiting the baby.
Yeah, Jeff sent me this today and I was like, this is terrifying.
Danny will say it's spiderwebs.
Video of the unknown. What is it? Is it real? And what is it doing there?
No, she's going to say
it's in Highland, Michigan believes their house is actually haunted and thinks something is harming their little girl. 7 Action News reporter Alan Campbell went to the home.
See, in my thinking when I first heard that was, okay, they're like blame child abuse on the ghost. That was my first thought. But
home to see for himself.
It happened here in this room as 15-month-old Lily was inside her bed. Caught on camera, something walks in front of her crib, catching Lily's attention. Whatever it is, the family says it needs to go.
It's almost like she sees something that we don't.
It's an image Heather and Josh say is haunting their home.
It was chilling. It was literally a chill down your
Nope,
spine.
that's a demon.
Like-
Get the fuck
like
out of
that
that
what
house
if
right
factor.
now. Mm-mm.
Like, is
Nope.
this what I just saw?
Caught on the couple's
Get
nanny
out.
cam video a few weeks ago, what appears to be something moving in front of the baby crib.
I freaked out.
It has shoulders. It has a head. That is the most, that is the most outline of a demonic being I've ever seen. And if it is harming that child, it is demonic. Get out of the house. Leave that house.
And the way just like the 15-month-old baby just like pops up immediately.
Yeah.
Looking at
It's
him.
like, hello?
And imagine
Play it
being
again, play it again.
downstairs and seeing that on your nanny cam monitor.
Play it again.
I stopped what I was doing and I ran upstairs and I grabbed my daughter.
Heather says
Girl,
this
you
so-called
invited this
ghost
shit.
scratched her
You
daughter
can read
Lily
it. The
and
parents have
attacked
been
her
inviting
too.
this
It
shit.
scares us that it could do something else. I mean, there was even a morning that I woke up and I had felt like something was around my, like someone's hands were around my neck.
A team of paranormal investigators came in and
Then they
It
bring in
has
the
a cadence, man. No, get
Yeah.
out.
tried answering some of the couple's questions and
That's not angelic. That's that house has some demonic dark shit in there. And I'm telling you that their parents, her parents, I guarantee you invited that shit.
well,
Yeah,
that's
I
a little
don't mess with any
judgmental.
of that stuff.
I'm totally judgmental. I'm judging them right now. Like they need to see a priest. They need to repent. They need to like go and like move. They need to get out of whatever hell is going on in that house.
Yeah, exactly right. John Gordon with the $2 super chat. Oh, hell nah. Like,
Yeah.
hell nah, bro.
You see, well, whatever ghost I have here, I let it hang around because it's just hanging around.
Yeah, you 100% have a house ghost. 100%. Like, we've heard it and we've seen it do things, which is terrifying.
Yeah, that's been like the weird thing about just streaming, having a camera on so many hours a day, is some of the stuff's getting caught.
Charles S. They're locked into a low interest rate. Don't blame them for staying. Low interest rate, both a blessing and a curse, I suppose.
Yeah, Yoda
No.
always sees it. And
Yeah.
Yoda
No,
gets
Yoda-
mad at it.
Yoda's
Can
just
we
an
watch
idiot.
it again? Like people are saying they hear a scream. I want to see it one more time.
Probably just hearing my dog snore. I have to bring it up here again.
Well,
maybe
no,
the
I
audio
think
sounds is
he
weird.
might be talking about when we heard the ghost, when Jeff's ghost screamed.
Oh,
Oh,
Jeff,
yeah.
Jeff's ghost screamed and we
Well,
all heard it and it was like terrifying.
The
We were
two
like-
big things it's done on camera is one, when I was in the other room, in the whiskey room, and I had the camera there initially, just sitting there, and the door slammed really hard. Like you can see it behind there, just the door behind me went wham, slammed shut. That was kind of spooky. And then it would have been a few months ago, several months ago, just sitting here minding my own business in the middle of the night, and then suddenly there's just like a huge scream from like right over in the hallway.
Do you have like a murkrishing or like?
There's some little ghost, did kind of move things every now and then, like
You have a banshee?
figurines will be in a different position at some point, or light
Okay.
the hallway light goes on and off quite a bit. But yeah, it's just it's totally harmless, so
It's the ghost of girlfriend's past island. Okay, so like here's the thing. I totally believe in ghosts and spirits.
Sorry,
and
American
demons
cheat.
and angels. But like I've had an experience with what I thought was a banshee. So I lived just outside of Arlington Cemetery. And we had a murder of crows that decided to make our apartment building their house. I don't know who was feeding. Never seen more crows in my entire life. And they would like line up on my windowsill and like poke at the window and like try and get my attention. And I would like go and bring them stuff because otherwise they're not going to leave you alone. And like if you scare them away, they're also not going to leave you alone. So I'm like, oh, I'll make friends with the crows. And they would leave me things too. It was really fun. But
They're cool like that.
I love crows. But like one night I am asleep, dead asleep. I wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. and I feel something you know how when you're being watched or like you feel a presence in the room, you
Mhm.
feel
Yeah.
it's not in a particular direction or in a certain way. It's just all encompassing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel this intensity around my body. I open my eyes just very slowly and I hear what sounds to be a woman being murdered somewhere in the building in the direction of the cemetery. It was a scream that I'll never forget. And I'm
Yikes.
like, what the did I just hear? So I sit and I wait and I listen and I don't hear it again. And I go out into the hallway and I'm like looking around, and one other older woman who I then became friends with, my neighbor, she opens her door and she goes, "Did you hear that?" I said, "Yeah." And she's like, "I just called the police." And I was like, "That was bizarre." And she was like, "Do you think anyone else heard it?" And everybody said, "No, no, no." And I was like, "That's weird." Well, you know what? Have you ever heard a freaking fox scream before?
Yes.
Meh. Yeah,
It was
all the time
very
on Megan
similar.
Fox's show.
It was very
This sounds like a woman being murdered.
It does sound like a woman being murdered. Now, here's the thing though. It doesn't explain, the fox may explain the scream sound I heard, possibly. What it doesn't explain is that I woke up before the scream
Mhm.
and that I had that intense feeling before then.
Yeah. That's weird.
It doesn't explain the crows. I've since gone back to the apartment where I used to live in Arlington. I lived in Roslyn, not in Arlington, but just right across the street from the Arlington Cemetery. And all the crows are gone. Like they nested there and they're gone. But there was like hundreds of crows. Hundreds. They kept me up all night. Like they talk to each other at night. Like as soon as the sun starts to set. And I heard them like in the morning, they'd wake you up super early. I had the weirdest like orb experiences too. So I'm not fully saying that all orbs are explainable. I say 9 times out of 10.
What's your
They're
orb
explainable.
experience?
But here's the thing, that orb, like I could see, I don't know how to explain it. Have you ever seen something and in your mind's eye you see something else? So you see something
Mhm.
physically, but then your brain fills in a blank there where you're like, what am I seeing? I don't know how to describe
Yeah.
it.
Shadow
But
people.
I see this, yeah. So like, yeah, shadow people, where you see a shadow and then your brain fills in the frame of like
Mhm.
the shadow person being a figure. So I'm like, I'm coming home. It's late at night. Mind you, I was a little tipsy. I was slightly inebriated because if you're living in DC, it's par for the course. You drink every night
Yeah.
with your colleagues, friends, lobbying, networking, whatever. So I'm coming home from this networking event and I'm walking home and it's dark. It's like pitch black outside, no moon, and there's a little bit of a fog, which there always is in that area. And it's kind of eerie and it wasn't cold, it wasn't hot. It was, you know when you hit that temperature where your skin doesn't really recognize the difference between hot and cold?
Mhm.
And it was really humid and I'm walking and I suddenly feel like a warmth, almost like you've walked into, what is that called in the South? Sometimes you're like walking on a country road and you'll like hit a warm spot. And they say like the devil's
Called
breath,
swimming pool pee.
they're like the devil's breathing on you or something, and you're supposed to like not breathe in. Has
I've
anyone heard this?
Nope.
Nope.
Never heard this before.
Okay, so anyway, I'm walking and I feel this warmth, and I'm like, oh, this I've had this experience before. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. Maybe the sun hit in a certain area. See, Mander's 13. Yep, I'm not crazy. Okay, so I'm walking Sinbad 33. It's not just me. People have heard this. Nope, and I'm Southern. Okay, well, maybe it's just in the area of the South I was. Anyway, so you're walking, and I feel this warmth, and I look up and I see what I think is like a light post in the distance. You know how like the light's
Mhm.
refracted and kind of like blurry? And the light though is getting devil's breath. Yeah. Yeah, devil's breath. And I see the light getting brighter and brighter, but it's not hurting my eyes and it's not like breaking up in my eyes because I have astigmatism. So when I'm at night, if it was a car, it would like create like
Mhm.
diagonal rays.
Mhm.
It didn't do that. And instead of getting closer to me, I thought it was getting closer because it was getting brighter and bigger, and the orb was more circular. I saw what I thought was the outline of a figure in this orb. And it walked like from the left of me to the right, like out of, and the Arlington Cemetery was over here. And it looks like someone was in this light and they were walking, and then it slowly dissipated until it was gone. But it happened in like a matter of seconds, even though it felt like minutes.
Wow.
And I was like, huh, that was weird. And at the time, I remember like logically explaining to myself that maybe it was someone who was patrolling the cemetery and like their flashlight kind of flashed like this. Maybe that's what it was with all the layers of fog. But that was my only like real orb experience. And I don't know. I don't know
Do a
if I would
swamp gas.
classify it as an orb. Could have been
Swamp
swamp
gas.
gas. DC is a literal swamp, okay? And like
DC is a swamp.
it is a literal swamp, and so it could have been swamp gas. I have no idea. All I know is it wasn't a negative experience, but it was an experience.
Yeah, that's
early on in my Korea experience. It was like at night, and I heard like this baby screaming like outside on this hill in the middle of the night. I mean, just this baby like crying, and it was weird, and it scared the shit out of me because it was the weirdest thing. There's like this baby crying on the side of a mountain in the middle of the night. And it turned out it was a cat. Korean cats are the weirdest noises. They sound like crying babies.
Yep, they do that intentionally.
They are so fucking scary, and they're loud as fuck. And you're like, what the hell is that? I have had so many nightmares of Korean cats. Korean cats genuinely terrify me. Old school Korean cats, not the cute ones now that I see more and more on the street. But ooh.
I don't know if this video caught it. This is an old Instagram thing for me because it started to annoy me. This was imagine like this is you've never heard this before, and this is what you hear on the hill behind your house. Those sounded more cat-like, but yeah, the cats in heat on the hill. But when cats are just like alone, they sound so much like little babies, and it scared the shit out of me.
It's terrifying.
But I mean, that's no, those are cats in heat on the hill behind. They're gonna fight each other for the one in heat. But yeah, that was just an example. I'll have to get one that like sounds really like a baby because they literally will scare the shit out of you if you're not ready for it.
Okay, weird. YouTube just recommended a video for a Marine camera that looks like what I experienced. And Jeff, let me validate you. Those screams are terrifying. Cat screams in Korea, freaking, especially because you don't hear the you don't hear the sounds beforehand. All you hear
just hear this baby crying. I mean, it sounds like a baby going.
Yeah.
But I mean, those were definitely. Now, those were. I'm not saying that's an example of what it was. People are like those are. I know those are cats. Those are cat in heat. But I'm saying that just kind of gives you that weird tonal thing they have. But next time I hear one alone doing it, I'll have to record it because it does sound exactly like a.
They're very scary.
So your Ring camera. See the Ring camera video.
This was just recommended to me by YouTube. I don't know if
Spiderweb
gods are listening.
They're listening.
Oops.
It maybe is. I wouldn't say this is spiderweb. This is kind of similar to what I saw, but maybe it is a spiderweb. Could be spiderweb. I do see like a line, like a light line.
I wouldn't know how far apart all these cameras are.
Yes, it's on different angles, so
Yeah, that's
away
But
from
this
different
one
light
goes
sources.
flat against that. Did you see that? It goes flat
Yeah.
against the. So if it was a spider web or like something, wouldn't it stay the same shape and not go flat flush against the couch?
Yeah, see that one's changing shape.
yeah, it changes shape, and I feel like it changes like transparency too.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
At some points it's like super transparent, and some points it's like super like bold.
It's like
It's obviously a weather balloon.
it's weird. That's weird. I can't explain that one. I wouldn't say. I don't know what that is.
That is weird.
There, Danny just saw
Sure.
something she didn't know. Can't explain. Won't explain.
I mean,
Makes me mildly uncomfortable.
yeah, because it's like these things are only seen through cameras for the most part. Oh, Jeff's camera's doing something weird.
That was odd.
What
It
was
was like-
that?
I don't know. Just went out of focus for some reason.
That's so weird. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've never we've talked about my weird ass family before. My dad's side of the family sees dead people. My mom's side of the family are all the empaths and intuitives. That's the side I tend to be on. So I've only ever seen something once, and it was completely and utterly, unquestionably demonic, and so I don't talk about it. But I don't think I've seen a ghost or anything like that. I mean, I've heard, felt effects, and had interactions with, but never seen anything.
Same. Like I've heard, and it was only when I was in Korea. My room was right up next to the day room, and someone was in there banging at like 2 a.m. moving furniture and stuff. I went in there. Obviously, nobody was in there because it was like 2 a.m. I politely asked him to stop banging stuff around because I needed to go to sleep, and that was it. There wasn't any more like, moving furniture and throwing stuff around that I heard. So I was like, all right,
David
thank
Nelson
you.
says, I saw Nancy Pelosi once. That'll do it.
I think I've talked about all my unexplained ghost and spirit experiences with like beings on the other side that I know were there.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've talked about all of them.
Yeah, see, that's my dad's side of the family.
I've seen a lot of stuff, but here's the thing: the things I've seen, I haven't tried to like intentionally see.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, if I want to like see someone's aura, or see or feel someone's energy, I'm pretty good about picking up on it if I want to. So when I was a kid, I couldn't. When I was a kid, like I don't think like I thought everybody just was glowing all the time and had different like colors of light around them all the time. Like I thought that was normal. I thought some people were shadowy. I thought some people like looked a certain way and that was just how people looked. And it wasn't until I was like a little bit older that I started to learn. But I came from a very, very non-traditional, very spiritually inclined like upbringing. So like I went to all the new age conferences, like I had crystals, I was into crystal like studies. I had visions and stuff about stuff that would happen to me or to my family members in the future that unfortunately ended up happening.
Wow.
Like I definitely believe astral projection is 100% a thing. And I also like I've been lucid dreaming since I was 6, but that was because my mom taught me to lucid dream. Like she would have me write down all of my dreams as soon as I would wake up. And it not only helped me remember my dreams, but it also helped me to consciously be aware that I was in a dream and then start to like utilize that space. of dream time.
Nice. I love lucid dreaming.
Hmm.
Such a weird and cool, which we still
Can't
need
do
to
it.
talk. We still need to talk about the Stargate experience, because that goes into like astro projection, and like it's people want to know how to do this, and it's weird.
The government has a formula for it. They've practiced it. They spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars. The CIA spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on training people to not only lucid dream, but then to astral project and to like intuit things before they occur, like in split-second moments before it occurs. There are certain things that don't make sense unless you believe that either A, we are spiritually living in the future and our body and our physical realm is like catching up to us, or B, there are certain gifts that certain people have. For example, why is it that baseball players swing the bat before the ball even leaves the hand of the pitcher? Like scientifically, you would have to swing before you know exactly where that ball is going to be placed over the pitch in order to hit a ball going that fast. Your eye can't pick it up. So why is it we get home runs? It's not just luck, because there is a skill and there's skilled players who are a little more talented at it than others. And I don't think it's just, oh, I'm my eye is on the ball. I think it's your eye is on the ball, and also your third eye is on that ball.
You've
You've
using
already
the force.
planned out that future. You already know where that ball is going to be by the time you take your swing, and you know how hard, how fast, and where your bat needs to be placed to do it.
I agree with that.
So many innuendos there. I just keep my mouth shut.
But I'm serious. Like
Always know where your
athletes-
balls are, especially if you're swinging the bat.
I think that there is a reason why the brain has a reward center that rewards you when you're at your athletic peak, when you get that runner's high. And that's typically when athletes or other people have spiritual experiences a lot of times, right? So you talk about like meditation, and you talk about like, what are they called? Like monks who practice martial arts, and as part of their
all right. I was like, this is monk. I'm like, then you said martial arts. I'm like, okay. Because I was gonna go, in what realm does this, like, am I supposed to pick up monk from this? Then you said martial arts. I'm like, oh, okay.
But like we talk about being in the flow, right? We talk about people being in the flow. Well, what does being in the flow mean? It's where you are so well trained, you've so well trained your muscle memory, your subconscious mind, your conscious mind, to where you are moving and creating and working within your given sphere and just making shit happen without any physical consciousness of what you are doing. You're in your subconscious, you are in that spiritual realm, in my opinion.
Is that
You're
what
literally
happens to me
in the
when
flow.
I'm driving, and then I like realize that I'm driving?
No, that's called sleeping.
That's called road hypnotism, and you should look into that. That's a highway hypnotism is a real thing.
Oh yeah, that's always fun.
There's a road in Nevada that goes from Wells, Nevada, few hundred miles in a perfectly straight line, except for this one weird little jaunt where it does this weird little curvy thing around Rabbit Springs, Nevada. But it's a straight line for a couple of hundred miles. And at the end is a T intersection. And because of the accidents that they have from people just getting road hypnosis for going in a straight line for hours and hours, there's a stop sign that's about 3 stories high right at the end of the T, this gigantic stop sign.
I want to see that.
That's smart. That's really
funny.
smart.
At least there was like 25 years ago last time. I'll have to check it out on Google Maps. But the weirdest thing I ever had, it scared the shit out of me when it happened, was when one day I was riding my motorcycle and I fell asleep while driving a motorcycle. And there had to have had some level of like consciousness, but I had no memory for about the last 15 minutes of my driving. That scared the hell out of me.
That happened to me so often, like, when I used to drive to work, because I used to get up at, like I used to drive to work at probably around 5:30, and when you're on the highway at, like, 5, 6 AM and there's nobody on the highway and you're just going, and then, like, all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, you show up at work and you're like, "How did I get here?
Yeah.
What happened?"
So I talked to my doctor about that because it was getting sketch, like super scary, and I was under like extreme stress. So I had already lost a family member, I lost another one. I like was trying to deal with a law firm that was unbearable and like practicing in an area that was unbearable. And I thought it was my ADHD meds. Like I thought it was the Ritalin dose was wrong
Mhm.
because there were long stretches where I would sit down at my computer and then I would become conscious that I had done nothing. And it was 9 hours later. And I
Oh.
genuinely could not account for what I had done for the past 9 hours.
That's bad.
It's bad. And like my family, like, what is that called where you suddenly are asleep? Narcolepsy runs
Narcolepsy.
in my family. So I thought, oh, maybe it's narcolepsy, right? Like maybe I'm like falling asleep, but my eyes are open, right? Or maybe it's my meds. So I go and I get it checked. And like every person I spoke to was like, nope, it's stress. It's disassociation. You're just exiting your body and then re-entering and being conscious. But that doesn't make sense to me. Like, why for hours? And like not even remembering. Like I would go to put in my hours at the end of the day and I'd be like, oh shit, I need to get this thing done. And I thought I had already done it for the past 9 hours. And I hadn't even like done anything. I don't remember anything.
That's
Have
weird.
you ever had that happen?
Not for 9 hours.
Yeah, that's
Like
a
I said, the
a
most
long time.
Yeah, the most I ever missed was like 20 minutes, and that was just like I always thought it was just highway hypnosis where I'm like, "Oh shit, I've been driving for 20 minutes."
Tom Colby, have you ever seen The Manchurian Candidate? But it really was. It was like that's what I thought it was, Linda. I thought it was daydreaming seizures. Like I thought it was like seizing. I thought something what the hell was going on in my brain. So I switched my medication. It was still happening. And then I switched back to my old meds and like over time it resolved with a lot of therapy and just being able to talk to someone a lot. The other thing too is I started writing down. This is gonna sound crazy, but remember how I said how you practice to lucid dream?
Mm-hmm.
You wake up and you immediately write
Yeah.
down what you dreamed, right? I literally
Yeah.
thought there was a moment in my weird psychosis where I thought maybe the dream world is as real to me as the real world in my psyche right now. And so every time I wake up in daytime, I need to write down exactly what I remember. And I need to plan out the next hour. And then I need to confirm that I did those things. And eventually the feeling and that sensation and that experience went away. So that's my tip to everybody. If you're having those blackouts midday, mid-work day, it wasn't once. This happened multiple times over the course of weeks. So if that's happening to you, that's my advice.
No, that's not happening. No, it just used to be when I'd go to work. And you just
9 hours is a long time though.
Yeah, 9 hours is a lot of time to be missing.
9 hours was the longest time. The shortest times I had would be like a minute or two. And everybody does that. Their brain blanks out and they're like, whoa, what just happened? Right? Like I was here and now, wait, you said what? Right? Or why am I in this room? Or like even today, I kind of had that happen a little bit. Like I woke up and I genuinely could not, I couldn't figure out what day it was. I couldn't figure out where I was.
I hate that feeling. I hate that so much when that happens to me.
Oh, see, I did that like it was on Wednesday, I believe. Because I woke up and I almost didn't get out of bed because I'm like, oh God, it's Saturday. And then suddenly I realized it wasn't Saturday and I had to go to work. I said no, it was Saturday.
Right. But like in your head, you have to go to work because it's not Saturday, but like you genuinely don't, and it doesn't matter how long you lay there. If you don't have your phone to check the date or the time, you wouldn't know.
It wasn't, I wonder what day it is or what day of the week. It was Saturday in my head. was absolutely Saturday. Nobody could have convinced me otherwise until I looked at my phone and I went, shit, it's Wednesday. Guess I better go to work.
Yeah.
Oh, they don't have the stop sign there anymore.
Oh
American,
no.
American Dreamer. Why do you listen to these nutcases? Listen. I'm being vulnerable,
Because we're
guys.
funny.
We are funny.
We are. We're hilarious.
So that you guys can learn from our mistakes so you don't randomly miss hours.
Yeah. So you don't have blackouts in the middle of the day where you're
No, see,
not actually blacked out.
This is a road that is just straight. It's just a straight road forever and ever and ever. And you would get just road hypnosis, especially at night, and you'd come all the way up here. Up there.
That's where skinwalkers live. That's where you see skinwalkers. 10 out of 10, that's a skinwalker strip. Like, there's evil shit on that road at night.
Oh, yeah.
Hard pass for me.
And right here is where this gigantic stop sign used to be, like right here. But I guess it's gone now because people would just go straight off the road. They would just keep going straight. Yeah, but damn it. There used to be a gigantic stop sign right in the middle of this picture. That's sad. Oh, well.
That would be cool. I mean, what's out there, though?
Nothing.
Oh.
There's literally nothing out there. It's by Snowville, Utah.
Oh, wait. Have I been out here? I think I have. I think I've driven out here at night.
Get rid of the stupid road view. Damn it. Google Maps, you suck. There we go.
I don't like feeling disoriented in my life because normally I have like an internal like compass. I have an internal clock. So whenever that moment happens, it's not.
This road just goes straight up and ends in this T. And people go off it all the time.
Yeah, this is on the north side of the Salt Lake. Yeah. I've been out there.
Wow.
So creepy. They do
This is a cool place to go to, the Russian settlement cemetery out in the middle of the fucking desert. That's weird.
What is, have you been out there?
Yeah. There's testing ranges out there too. They're military testing ranges.
Yes, it's just this ancient old Russian settlement. There was a little cemetery that's out there.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, all in Russian and everything. It's just out in the middle of nowhere. Right there.
Was there a town out there or something?
No, there. I mean, back there. I guess it was a failed settlement back in the day.
Wow, and it's still. I love that stuff like that is still there.
Oh yeah, there's all the ghost towns and things, and out in the Great Salt Lake, there's wagons out there from the old wagon trains that are still
seriously.
They got stuck in the mud in the north side of the Great Salt Lake, and yeah, the wagons are still out there and everything.
Wow,
it's kind of fun. There's some weird stuff out there in the desert.
That's super neat. I want to go out there and see all that stuff because, I mean, I've been in the desert a lot. I'm mostly throughout Arizona though, Arizona and Texas, but like I'd love to go throughout Utah and Nevada a bit more because I love the desert is amazing. But really quick, we got Crazy Old Fart again with a $2 super chat. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Why are they still there? That freaked me out. I don't remember. That was about the oh, that was during the ghost video of the people in the house. Yeah, I wouldn't have stayed in that house. I would have left that house so quick. And then John Gordon with a $2 super chat. Or they see me rolling. They hating. And Charles S with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. When I was 6, we used a green screen. Or excuse me, we used...
I used to see a green hand reach out from the wall.
It's a little late. I'm getting tired.
Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, it is. It's midnight for you, geez.
Yeah, I'm starting to fail. My systems are starting to shut down a little bit. When I was 6, I used to see a green hand reach from the wall. I assumed I was imagining it, but I have a visual memory of it. Yeah. I mean, when I think it was like 8, I saw like every so often I would see a figure, like a shadow outside of the bedroom window where it was like I knew it was a dude with like an old fedora and a coat. But I mean it was never an actual person. But they were
That
always
sound like the
standing
Watchers
outside
we
the
talked about back in the day.
Yeah. And it's just
Ooh.
like I know it wasn't real, but I do remember it feeling real and having that feeling, which is weird.
Oh, hey, by the way, to everybody who is relating to or experienced what I mentioned before, where you have lapses in time, apparently that's really common with sleep deprivation, stage 2. So after 36 hours without sleep, and that checks out because I was not sleeping. I was in such a state of high stress at the moment. So
Oh yeah.
And you have micro sleeps, and I have had micro sleeps before, so that's probably what it was.
All my sleeps are micro sleeps.
Oh, I'm so scared of like tundra-esque black and white photos. What is this? What are we looking at?
This is the salt flats.
Yeah.
It's
It
the
looks like
salt
the old
flats.
wagons.
And those are old wagons that got stuck out on the salt flats. Because the salt flats literally are salt out, and then they get, it's like a big alkaline crust, and you can fall through through the cracks if it gets muddy or whatnot, and then you get literally stuck in the mud. And these are some wagons that are stuck in the mud out in the Great Salt Lake Desert on the salt flats. But these are wagons from the Donner Reed party. Of Donner Party fame. So these ironically were the lucky ones.
So sad.
Yeah, these are the wagon breakdowns, the ones that didn't get to go with the rest of the Donner Party to be consumed.
Donner Party?
Yeah.
You don't remember the Donner Party? Or you do?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Donner Party. It's a wagon train that was heading out to San Francisco, and they came a little late in the season, and they ended up getting trapped on what is now called Donner's Pass up in the Sierra Nevada range, just as you're going towards like Lake Tahoe and you're passing over to go to Sacramento.
Okay.
So so as they're going up, they knew that they were late, and some members of the party decided to stay in what's called Truckee, which is just like on the Nevada side of the mountains. And some decided to continue forward. Well, they continue forward, and certain members of the party got stuck in the snow, and the snow started to come down really heavy. There was like, I think it was Native American tribe nearby where they were like, let's try and help you guys out. So they led them to where there were like some of these old cabins, and they tried to build cabins and shelter as much as they could to stay there, but they still had a hard time with provisions. Well, if y'all have ever been out to the Sierra Nevadas, when it dumps snow, it dumps massive, massive amounts of snow. And there was like a 2 or 3 week period between the time that they had sent out for help to the time that they were actually able to get help back. They had already eaten all the leather on their shoes and the leather on like the wheels, and they were out of supplies and provision, and they ended up being forced to eat their loved ones in order to survive. Certain members who engaged in the cannibalism allegedly lost their mind after the fact. I think there were only like 4 or 5 people who survived. I don't remember. Out of the party,
the whole thing, there was 89 people, and 42 of them died.
Yeah.
Oh.
But not everybody engaged in the cannibalism. So I think that's important. And I think it's also important to note that I think they only cannibalized 3 party members, 2 or 3.
Oh, just only 2 or 3. That's
If I'm hungry and either one of you two go, I'm munching on your corpse. Meat is meat, man.
I mean, I can't blame you in that situation.
Fuck that shit, I'm out. That's the rule. Like as soon as they said, "Hey, it's too snowy to pass," I'd say, "Fuck that shit, I'm out." I'm going.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't have gone if it was too late, anyways.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
I like this. No cannibalism took place among the Donner Party. members trapped in the lake until at least February. It's like, it's all nope, not until. They just want people to stop reading there. No, no cannibalism took place until February.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a key point because there was a lot of rumors that like in the way that we talk about the Donner Party, we make so many jokes about it, but there's so many rumors about it where it was like, oh, they were picking off people, along the trail, and that's not the case. It was like 2 or 3 individuals, and it was literally for survival. There were so many people that already starved to death, froze to death, woke up. I think actually one of the victims who was cannibalized woke up like frozen to the ground or something. There was, like it was bad. And it's a tragedy. It's a serious American tragedy. If you go there to Donner's Pass, you can go to the museum and they'll show you a video that will keep you up at night if you're 8-year-old little girl watching it.
And then
fucked me up.
Then go to Lake Truckee and enjoy the resort.
The vegans all died. We eat the vegans.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is brutal. I think on that note, we should wrap it up.
Yeah, we should.
Jeff, why is it every time I'm on stream with you, you go to cannibals?
I didn't go there. We just kind of ended up there. She asked about the wagons. I told her. It was Donner Party. And then she was the one that's like, Donner Party? Yeah, the Donner Party. You got to deep dive in. It's famous lore there.
I have probably heard about it, especially being a Californian. I just probably repressed it somewhere. That's highly plausible. But go ahead and do what do you got coming up and all that good stuff before we turn it off for the night.
Damn.
Jeff.
Me?
Oh.
Nothing. I have no idea. I'll worry about what's coming up next week tomorrow.
But I need to be prepped. What are we talking about Monday? What are you talking about Monday? I need to know these things.
I have no idea.
Damn it. Do Maritime Monday, Jeff?
I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'll figure that out tomorrow.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
What about you? What about you, Danny?
Well, I am covering the Chad Daybell Lori Vallow trial. It is now the Chad Daybell turn, and things have gotten spicy. There was a funny moment today where the witness was the real estate agent who went to go and look at property with Chad Daybell, and Chad Daybell consulted with him about, dividing up the property so that he could put a trailer out on the property. And as the attorney for Chad Daybell started to cross-examine him, there was some discussion about how many acres of land there was, and then there was a debate about how large the pieces of property were, and it got a little heated until the real estate agent turned and he said, "You would know better than me. You own the property."
Oh, nice.
Chad Daybell's attorney got a lien against the property, so that was
nice.
Oh,
good little zing. That's good.
Little zinger there, and and then he really in a moment of idiocracy opened the door to the state asking why he would want to put a trailer there possibly, and what the process of putting a trailer would entail. And he goes, well, you'd have to, scrape the land, lay a foundation, and then you would install the trailer. And then the state goes, so you have an opinion, or you suspected at the time you didn't suspect anything odd about wanting to put trailers on the property, right? And then he turns and he goes, no. And he goes, okay, what about now? Has your opinion changed? And he goes, yep. And that was the mic drop. It was so great. Oh, and I forgot. The defense attorney also let go of one of the witnesses by being like, bye-bye. It's getting spicy. It's great. You guys want to talk about some unexplained shit? There's a lot of unexplained shit in that in this trial. It's a lot of fun. So come check out. We're there every day, all day, and then I'll be covering. I'm wondering if I should do. I'm wondering which the next ones are. Alec Baldwin's coming up, and I'm planning on covering his trial. Although I have a feeling.
Did you guys see him punch that lady?
Yeah,
Well, he swatted her phone.
That's what I think too.
she was asking for it. She deserves
Did you
it.
guys see that Pierce Morgan thing with that lady?
Yeah.
Was that
No.
real?
Yeah, that was
What?
totally real.
No.
what?
Like that was
Yeah, it
Oh
was.
my god, I gotta go. I love you guys. Sorry. Sorry. I
Nope,
have to step
that's
to
all
the-
right.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you, Danny. Bye.
How do I leave?
The
You
button,
can't. That's a quick out.
right? Bye. Love you, Danny.
Bye,
There was
Danny.
no way that was real.
Yeah, it was real.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
This is
People
what our
haven't
world's
seen
coming
it, but
to.
yeah, you can't show that on.
Yep. Nope. I'm
Not-
not showing that. I'm not getting my channel yeeted for that hot mess, guys. What I can tell you is go to Twitter and find the Pierce Morgan interview with that lady, and you will see for yourself. But Jeff, thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight.
Thank you for waking me up before my stream 4 minutes before it started.
Well, see, and like you put out the tweet 28 minutes before, so I'm like, okay, he's
That's all
awake a
timed.
half hour before.
No,
See,
it
and
wasn't.
then that's why I'm like, oh shit, it's probably timed. I should probably call him.
Yeah. Thank you.
And yeah, so tomorrow I got Minecraft morning as always. That's gonna be fun. And yeah, so guys, make sure to like this stream. Go over to Legal Vices. Make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 100,000 for Jeff, because that's only like a few thousand away or so, like 25.
And every one of you need to be subscribed to Flux, though.
Oh yeah.
And if you happen to be in Las Vegas between May 25th and 27th, let us know, because Flux and I will be in Vegas hanging out.
Like in exactly a month from today, we're gonna be in Vegas, like completely wasted, just chilling.
Yep.
It's gonna be awesome.
You can get a
Guys,
let us know.
right? Have a good night, guys. Be excellent to each other. Have an excellent night, and we will see you later. Bye, guys.